What's going on, everybody? Coming to you today from inside of my Hillside pepper patch. If you haven't heard the story before, I'm at my grandfather's property here. He owns a lot of property. This is at the edge of the woods. Just kind of hacked out a little, I think it's about 8 by 12 section. Threw all my extra peppers I had no room for in this little garden here with the idea that I would pretty much leave these unattended and just see how well these peppers can do in a semi-woodland setting, just to see how well they can grow. And when I first put them out here, we had tons of rain and the slugs were absolutely destroying these guys. A little panoramic view here. So I thought they were all going to be dead. And because of work and other stuff, I haven't been able to get out here. It's been raining non-stop, and then the only days I do have off, I have to do something else. I can't just make it out here. So some of these peppers are doing actually quite well and have recovered. I know this one here is a ghost. This row here I planted is about 8 ghost peppers deep. Yeah, I don't remember exactly which one everything is, because like I said, these are all just my extra peppers. But you can tell, I mean, especially this guy here, holes in the leaves, chewed up. I've used no fertilizer, nothing like that so far, just all organics. Had some compost, some horse manure, some leaves and stuff put in there. But yeah, so I mean, working with here, I'll zoom down, it's just a native red clay soil. It will break apart, but I mean, there you go. People complain about growing in clay, and clay does have its challenges, especially if you try to till it or step on it when it's all wet. It will harden to a solid brick, so you have to know how to work with your clay, but if you do it right, clay is actually very fertile and holds a lot of nutrients and water. So if you know what you're doing, peppers do awesome in clay. That's through my experience, and I'll show you through all these videos. Just because you have clay doesn't mean all is lost, and if you don't have the sunniest location, I mean, we are on the edge of the woods here. If you haven't watched the first videos, go back and check it out. I'll try to put a link up here. But what I did is, these are just the recycled posts from my old hoop house. You can kind of tell there's deer netting strung in between it, and on the canopy here is the hoop house sides, I suppose they were, but the little plastic pieces came out, so it's makes a little mesh like this now, which is perfect because it keeps deer from getting in. I have had no deer, no rabbits, anything mess with the peppers so far, which was my biggest fear with this woodland experiment. So next year I might try my luck and add some of the peppers outside of the enclosure here and just see how well they do, how long it takes a deer to find them and eat them, which is probably what's going to happen, which is why I built this little thing here. But yeah, so far my experiment is doing well. These are the banana peppers. I know this whole row is banana peppers, and the slugs did a number on these leaves. You can tell right there. This guy here I thought was dead. I thought it would surely be dead when I came back. It was just a little stump, but some leaves are coming back. And even so, bring in close, a flower bud. So yeah, they're actually happy enough to try to bloom. So we'll hopefully get a pepper out of that. But I just want to show something up here. Hopefully I'm not making you nauseous with the camera work here. This is kind of off the cuff, but I am pretty sure that is a ghost pepper right there. One of my ghost peppers, but the plant itself does not look so healthy. But it is trying to put on a pepper, which could be a symptom of the plant is very stressed and thinks that it's going to die. So it's trying to put on peppers and fruit as quickly as possible because it thinks its life cycle may be ending. Same with this guy over here. I know this is another ghost. Torn all to pieces by the bugs, but there's a baby fruit coming on right there. So yeah, for the most part, there hasn't been too many weeds back here growing so far. I've had to pull just a few, but not too awful bad. Can I give a panoramic shot this way? This side of the garden down there seems to be getting more sunlight during at least this part of the day. However, the side that I'm on over here, the plants are actually doing better. So I think maybe this side gets better evening sun, where it's still just about noon. I need to stay out here for a full day and just kind of observe the sunlight, which would be helpful, because if you're ever trying to put a woodland plot in, you might go out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it'd be in full sun, but by 2:30, 2:45, you're in complete shade and darkness the rest of the day. So yeah, and also on that note, you need to check in the spring, in the summer, and in the fall, where the sun is rising and setting, because I've lived here, forever. I've been in my grandparents' house for 30 plus years, right? So I've seen this patch, and I've been wanting to try this out for a long time. If finally let me do it. But I do know for a fact this gets awesome morning sun from over this direction, and the evening sun comes in from, it's in the way, from over this way, which is irrelevant to you guys, but I know where the sun shines, where it hits and where it doesn't, especially in the spring and summer, which is actually a benefit because, you know, setting like this, unattended, you're going to have some, you know, excess temperatures in the summertime. You don't want your peppers out here just getting blazed away, especially in a untended location, because you're not going to be out here to be able to water it, weed it constantly. Yeah, so you want to make sure it's at least somewhat protected, and for the most part, most people don't realize or understand that peppers are actually an understory tropical perennial shrub. They don't, in my experience at least, you know, besides the ones that have been commercially bred to be grown out in the field and commercially harvested, like some of your industrial, like jalapenos and things like that, most peppers naturally are going to grow in a setting which is like this. This is why I wanted to try this out, just to see how they do in what I would deem to be more of their natural environment, in a semi-shaded, semi-sunny woodland location. But also, I want to show you something else too, because I brought these out, because I've been using these this year for the first time. This is Captain Jack's Dead Bug. Kills beetles, caterpillars, moths, gypsy moths, etc. And also have some neem oil, which I was just going to spray on this patch out here, just give these guys a little fighting chance. So, like I said, I'm going to try and make this as hands-off as possible to see how well these guys will survive on their own. So I figured give them a little shot of that, won't hurt. But yeah, that Captain Jack's, this is unrelated, but I had some cabbage worms on my cabbage I was growing. This stuff, 100% took them out. I've used BT in the past, but they always seem to come back. This stuff, I had one shot with them, and I've only picked off, I think, two cabbage loopers or cabbage worms ever since. And if you just see that there, for organic gardening, certified, etc., etc. So this is an organic solution to that. But yeah, so I've managed to keep the deer out. I've kept out the rabbits. The slugs, couldn't do anything about it. It rains so much out here, and you're in the woods, so the slugs are going to do what they're going to do. Put holes in the leaves, but hopefully it dries out, and with that the slugs will probably be less of a problem, and these guys will hopefully pick up the growth and do just fine. So thanks for tuning in, guys. It's the Hillside Gardener signing off. Hopefully you guys ever try to do something like this. Let me know, leave some comments, give it an experiment. Yeah, these are all extra plants, so I'm expecting to get nothing out of these, and anything I get is an absolute bonus. There you go. Isn't that pretty? Nice row of peppers in the woods. They seem pretty happy to me, guys. We'll see you next time. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.